Hi, I'm Tom Ross, and I'm an American. And I realize, there's this quote that we've heard so often that it's kind of lost its meaning, but it has been ringing in my ears for the last few months. And it's a quote by Edmund Burke, and it's the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. And so this is me trying to do something. We are facing so many existential threats to our country and to our species right now that we don't have time to be distracted by attention-seeking toddler politicians, right? Um, we're also being bombarded every moment by divide and conquer algorithms. These are launched from enemies, foreign and domestic. The foreign enemies are authoritarian regimes overseas that are using these algorithms in our social media to foment civil war, to prove that the American experiment doesn't work and that democracy doesn't work. And the enemies domestic are our own social media companies that are using these algorithms to increase engagement, because if we're fearful or if we're angry, we post more, we comment more, we engage more, and that's the way they can pump up their advertising sales. That's what it's all about. I mean, civil war is excellent for ratings and revenue, right? By the corporate media. So we need to understand that, first of all, that these algorithms are so sophisticated. They have worked. They have found our biases. They have split us in two. We've got the woke left, the MAGA right, and these algorithms have found those biases in us. They have poked at our fears and poked at what makes us angry, and they've successfully divided us as a country. But we need to understand that that's happening. There's so many more of us reasonable, critical thinking people than there are of this small minority of elites that are using these algorithms against us. They use our better angels against us. And now that it's an election season, we're going to see more of these algorithms because the Republicans and the Democrats use them too. And they use them because they need to get those primary voters out. Primary voters are the type of people that are either hardcore critical thinkers and want to get involved, or they're easily manipulated by culture wars or wedge issues. And that's why politicians are so extreme before the primary vote, to get those types of people into those voting booths so that they can get to the next level, into the general election. We're going to see a lot more of that this year. It's hard to get away from that, but we also need to understand that if we don't become aware of that and we don't find ways to come together, we are going to lose this country. We're going to prove the authoritarian regimes right, that our democracy is fragile. We know it's fragile, right? But what keeps it strong is the fact that we are the people. We are the government. We, the people. And we need to understand that there's mighty forces working against us right now. We all lay awake at night and we're fearful, and we're afraid, and we worry about how we're going to feed our children, or why that company laid me off. We all share the same fears and worries at night, regardless of what party we're part of. And what's insidious and even demonic is that these countries and these companies, they use that fear against us. And that's not good. And knowing that is how we will come together. Knowing that is how we can be what humans are good at and come together and help one another. So that's what's compelled me to make this video today, is to remind us, that we're humans. We all have the same fears, the same worries, and we are being worked against. Again, they're using our better angels against us. So let's remember that, and let's come together now, again, because there's so many more of us than there are of that small group of people. We're better than this. So thanks for listening.